Hello,
Hello.
it's us.
We are back.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
kinda. I'm still in the Canada.
still in the Canada. But we are trying to. I don't know what I was gonna say. I blanked out. I'm gonna try and open this beer first. I haven't had one in a while, and I didn't feel like making a cocktail today.
Understandable. I got me a nice little hoe garden. I don't know what it is. Is it Belgian?
I don't. It sounds Belgian. I don't actually have any real beers in my fridge anymore. Like over the time they've gotten drinking, so I was like, this is what I have other than a pumpkin beer, which is like I don't
Oh
feel like
yeah,
making a beer.
those were those tasted like ketchup if they're the ones I'm thinking of.
No, it was different ones. They're better, but I just wasn't feeling pumpkin. I was like, this sounds better. So,
Gotcha.
you know, uh, let me uh, let me roll this die.
Yeah,
8.
that's not bad. I mean, that's better.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
I don't know which way to go with this because technically I'm to your left, but I am to your right in
Ding.
this. Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah. You'd want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
um. Uh. I am excited to keep playing Baldur's Gate. I didn't get to play much last night, and or I didn't play at all last night. But like, um, I'm finally into Act 3,
Oh, nice.
and
You further
yeah,
than I am.
like I'm in. I'm level 8 now, so uh, I'm excited to see like now that I'm like getting a little bit more powerful. It's pretty fun. I've swapped characters here and there, mostly just Gale. I basically swap Gale in and out for other people. And I keep Shadowheart and
Dude,
Carlock.
I kept Galen constantly, but I did think of swapping him out in Act 2, but I didn't get very far.
Well, I'm the magician. I'm the sorcerer in my group, so I was like,
True.
if I was a like a barbarian or a paladin or something like that, like then yeah, I'd be different, and I'd probably swap Carlock out for like Gale, and uh, you know, other like well, I usually I swap Gale out for Will and
Okay.
Halson once.
Yeah, I was thinking of using Will. I
I
honestly,
pretty much don't.
I had planned to play a lot of that when I got here, but I've been like, I'm just going to the gym and then I'm making dinner and then I'm sitting down to watch like TV and going to bed like
That's fair. Just
early.
getting it in. I mean, honestly, it's probably good for you. You've had so long where you just don't get to sleep early, so
Yeah, man, you ain't kidding. It's been nice though,
it kind
dude.
of forces you
It's been
to feel
nice.
like a human.
Honestly, yeah. The only annoying thing is that I only have one burner, so making dinner's kind
Oh,
of difficult. But I've been figuring it out. Made some steak fajitas. The real fun thing, which
you
might
could.
be TLDR for a lot of people, I haven't been eating super healthy lately. Well, the past year, and now I'm
Yeah,
eating super
yeah.
healthy. Bro, I'm shitting so much.
Bring it. I was, I was gonna say one of the dishes we do. We just did it on Sunday because we literally couldn't. I didn't want to put a lot of effort into anything. Is she just gets like those Tuscan seasoned broccolis and that are steamable in the microwave,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and so we did that, and then I just cooked up like a pound of turkey and seasoned it up, and I was like, cool. And then we just dumped that into the bag and ate out of the bag.
That's not bad, man. I kind of did that with you know those like, god damn it, my hair is all weird right now. You know those like microwavable mashed potatoes? Yeah, your hair looks
Yeah.
weird too.
Oh no.
No, it was
I
like
didn't buzz it.
it was popping through the fucking the center part right here and like coming
Oh my god,
underneath that and
yeah.
through that and it was just pulling on my head. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
did that
rough.
with the mashed potato things. Like I think it was
Oh.
Saturday. Like I was like, oh, it's my cheat day, so I took one of the microwavable mashed potatoes. That is like it's for a family of six, but really it's like you're getting like that much mashed potatoes if you're splitting it six ways, you know, like you're getting two
Yeah, you're
spoonfuls. Um,
yeah, it's not worth it.
but still, it was a lot of
Not
mashed
worth it.
potatoes. And then I had some dino nuggets. Just threw them
Hey,
in
dude,
there. And
that
it was,
sounds
oh, it was bomb,
bomb.
dude. I was
That
just
sounds
sitting
bomb.
here
Like,
watching Five Nights at Freddy's, just fucking dunking
oh,
some T Rexes and mashed potatoes.
how was that? I've not heard good things.
It was all right.
Yeah. Are
Uh,
they giving it more hate than it needs, or is it just like could have been a lot better?
to me, it was like I know a decent amount of the lore, but I don't. I never really played the games. I just kind of watched the lore videos,
Yeah.
and like to me, it was okay, but
Yeah.
not great.
I, I
You know,
I mean, to be fair, like I don't know how much of a movie you can really make out of it. You know, it's
dude,
a movie about not
no,
being.
there's a shit ton of lore, dude. Like a shit ton. Like Matt Pat has like a fucking 13-part series on it. Like it, he's in the movie too, which was kind of dope.
Huh.
Yeah, he's a
That's
waiter, and he's talking to some lady, and he's like, you know, lunch is the most important part of your meal or important meal of your day, and they were like, I thought that was breakfast, and he goes, yeah, but that's just a theory, and I was like, yeah, of course he fucking said that, because he's the game theory guy, you know. But I was like, it's really
that's
cool they put him in there, you know. And then Matthew
yeah.
Lillard, of course, he was great in it. Unfortunately, I mean, even in the first game, like his character's not super involved. Like he becomes crazy involved in later games. So I'm hoping they make a sequel,
Gotcha.
so we get more Matthew Lillard. But yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, that's fair.
You
I
know,
I I mean, I don't give a shit about it. I'm not gonna see it. So it's I mean, I don't know. I as soon as I heard it was coming out, I was kind of like, I don't think it's gonna do well.
it
Immediately, I
did pretty
didn't.
well. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I was like, it's cool. Josh Hutcherson's in it. He's
yeah,
doing something.
he's been doing a lot. And honestly, like that's one of the reasons I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie because he's been
Yeah,
everything that he's been in since the Hunger Games, like the
I was gonna say
non-mainstream
that's.
shit, has been incredible. Like Futureman, bro. I think they canceled that, but that was
I think so too.
I want to say I started watching that when I moved into your house, or it was right before. It might have
Okay.
been right before because I was on second shift for a little bit when I started. So fucking good,
Hmm.
so good.
Like, yeah, I don't watch anything, so it's just like I haven't seen him since Hunger Games. But I also barely watch like TV shows that aren't food related.
I know, which is funny because I watch a lot of those, and like now that I'm up here, I watched all of Infinity Train, which was so good, and I'm pissed that they canceled it. But also, like, maybe if I had watched it when it was coming out, they wouldn't have canceled it. Um,
Well, I think that's the thing too. Is it's like one like I don't know what half of these things are on,
yeah,
and
yeah,
uh, like it's set up for failure because most of the apps that aren't Netflix or YouTube are pretty much like I mean, I don't know. Amazon's got like a decent audience, I guess. Like certain shows are like you have to have like a real good
Yeah,
fan base to
yeah,
bring it. Otherwise, like it's just not worth making it for them anymore.
yeah.
Because TV is not. I mean, obviously, it's just dead.
That's
So
that's why I've been kind of watching a lot more of the animated shows.
yeah,
Like I just started Steven Universe like 2 days ago, and like I'm kind of a little ticked off that I gave it so much shit because I was like, oh, like I was an Adventure Time fan. Like I don't know why I was like Steven Universe is for kids. It kind of is, but like, dude, some of the animation reminds me of like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I'm like, oh my god, you can see like their influences and shit. And then it's got some
oh
like
yeah.
some deeper tones in there. Like it's a little cringy, but I'm like, I'm on episode 25 and I started 2 days ago. You know, they're only 11 minutes long, but still.
Hey, well, I mean, honestly, a lot of those shows, like when you watch them back, like you realize like there's a lot of also adult humor because they realize a lot of adults are also gonna have to sit there and watch with their kids.
True,
So
true.
like we were watching Santa Claus, yeah, a couple days ago. Melissa's been in the dumps, so uh, we watched Santa Claus, and I forgot what it was, but like I mean, it's Tim Allen, so there's quite a few random little like adult jokes that as a kid just mean nothing to you,
Yeah.
and then as an adult you're like, that is pretty good. Like I wish I could remember one, but like I remember literally watching it and being like, oh fuck, like we watch it pretty often here and there, but I always forget that they have those little jokes in there. I only remember the kid shit because that's ingrained in me from
Yeah.
childhood. You forget all the adult parts of the movie.
When I was a kid, like, I mean, I understood a lot of shit way too young, but like, even back then, like, if it was something I didn't understand, I'd be like, that's a joke, and I want to know what it means, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there were some I'm sure I like caught back then. I just obviously I don't remember it, but like I'm sure I must have known like, oh, that's just like I don't know, it's something. It's a throwaway line. It's some line. But like, I'm trying to. Oh shit! You know what movie I need to rewatch? Have you ever seen? If you motherfucker,
I have
it
seen
was
that movie, Pornhub. It was free last month.
hey.
Not that I would know that it was free. I'm not just stuck in a hotel room by myself
I was
with
gonna say, well,
with a
sir,
very
it is no
big
nut
walk-in
November.
shower. I
It
don't.
is. It is no nut November.
I participate in
So
non-stop nut November. I'm nutting right now, Brandon. That's how committed I
I'm with you.
am.
Always nut November.
Which also, dude, I understand.
Continuous.
I understand the premises of No Nut November. Like, it originally started because of the whole Movember thing, like grow your mustache out for prostate cancer and blah blah blah. And then it was like, oh, we're gonna do No Nut November and like not nut for prostate cancer. And I'm like, nutting is good for you for prostate cancer.
Yeah, you're supposed to. It's not
Yeah.
what like.
Like there was a statistic somewhere where it was
There
like
is.
if you nut every like 3 or 4 days, you like significantly drop your risk for prostate cancer. But if you nut more than
Well,
3 times a week, or if you nut more than every 3 or 4 days, you significantly lower your like testosterone and your semen levels.
gotcha. That's interesting.
Yeah. So if you're trying
Good
to
to
not
know.
have babies, nonstop nut November.
No, no, just all nut November. So back to what I was gonna say. So this is a kid. There's a kids movie that I need to go back and watch. Little Giants.
I'm sorry, just the transition. Nonstop nut November. Anyways, there's a kids movie I gotta go back and watch.
No, the movie I'd forgotten. I was trying to remember was Little Giants.
Oh,
It's a football movie about essentially like really shitty kids that don't know how to play football that like prove that they can play football, and hurrah! It's a really good movie though.
I think I vaguely
And
remember it. Yeah.
Rick, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Rick, um, last name starts with an M. Spaceballs.
Yeah. I don't remember how to pronounce his
Rick
last
Man.
name.
I'm fuck it. I'm looking at it right here. Oh, it's not. It's gonna make me really mad. That I'm blanking on his name. I think it's Rick Moranis.
That sounds right. Yeah.
But here it is. Sorry guys. Taking my time. Yeah, Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill. Like it's a very good movie. I loved that movie as a kid. And I would like that was when I used to be a little bit into football as a kid and as a sports, as a kid you're always into all the sports for some reason. You sometimes. At least I was.
I mean,
then,
I wasn't into them, but I enjoyed playing them.
Well, I was mostly into the hockey because the Red Wings were really, really good, so it was easy to root for them. And then also the Lions for the short amount of time they had Barry Sanders while I was alive.
While I was alive was a weird way to put that.
That was a weird way to put that. No, I remember they had at the Pontiac Silverdome they had a like come meet like a come see the practice or come see the stadium, walk on the field, kind of kids day thing. So we got to go out there and I drew this like I'm sure just horrific kids drawing of Barry Sanders. And I got to meet some of the O-line. And I was like, oh, that's really, really cool. And I was like, can you give this to Barry? And they were... I mean, I'm sure they know because obviously Barry Sanders is still fucking Barry Sanders. But,
Yeah.
As the O-line, it's just funny that, like, obviously if they're like, I know this 4-year-old has no idea what my position is. He just sees me run forward and then stop. So I was like, oh, yeah, cool. You're massive.
Yeah.
But I handed them it. It was like a cool thing, but that was I remember doing that and then like watching that movie Little Giants. I was like, I can play football, and then I didn't. Mostly because my mom wouldn't let me.
What's funny is I played football, and then I didn't.
I wanted to.
Once everybody got bigger than me, it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah, it would have. I would have been a couple select positions possibly, but like I wanted to be running back.
That was George.
I would have been
running back or wide receiver. I can't remember. Yeah, and then I was just lineman, or they would occasionally give me the ball and be like, "Run forward," because nobody could take me down, because I was a big boy.
So you were fullback.
I was a very big boy.
You're fullback. But yeah, no, I wanted to play running back or middle linebacker. So, but like mom wouldn't let me play because your boy was injured every 4 years at least. I've said that before, but it was and that was without playing sports. So she was just like, yeah, I'm not, no, like you get fucked up, like, and to be fair, I probably would have. Just doing bits because I'm not able to look at the
Yeah.
screen.
These are just for me. I'm still listening to you, but I'm like,
No.
Gamer keyboard.
Damn, I keep getting a fuckload of calls, just a million calls. I'm like, dude, like none of them leave a voicemail. So obviously, it's
honestly
nothing.
probably that spammer still, man. Like I tried calling them and being like, "What is this about?" And they were like, "You owe $1,200," and I was like, "Okay, to what?" And they were like, we can't disclose that information. And I was like, okay, then I don't.
Yep.
Do I?
And
Probably,
if there's
maybe.
no at this point, if you owe that much money and it's been years that it's like almost like random, like once a year they call me. I think it's been like twice they get them, and I finally just blocked the number, but it's just like I got to imagine, like, if it was real after this long of time, they would have sent it to some collections agency and they would have gotten a hold of you and actually like mailed it to you, being like, this is the blah.
Yeah.
Like,
That and fun fact,
you know.
not good for your credit, but fun fact, if something does get sent to a collections agency, one, you can pay a smaller portion because they buy that debt for pennies on the dollar, or two, you can just deny it, deny it, deny it, deny it, deny it, and then about 7 years, it no longer exists. Because that debt
That's
was
fair.
fulfilled by whoever bought it to collect it from you. It's not good for your
Yeah.
credit, believe me.
Yeah.
But I will say, I did
But
that.
if that was a I mean, if that was a collections agency, they would have told you because it's this, and not.
Yeah, and they would have
you can't
been like,
disclose
they would have
that.
been like, oh, we're a collections agency on behalf of blah blah blah. This is what you owe from this time, blah blah blah. It wouldn't be,
Yeah.
oh, we can't disclose that information. You just need to pay it.
Yeah, I'm just
No.
gonna throw you $1,200 on the phone. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourselves. That's funny, but yeah, I'm just like getting real annoyed because I'm just like, dude, like I missed, I missed a phone call from JJ about me and Melissa. Shit. I think when this episode drops, it might we're on the 31st of this month, I think, or 30th of this month. We're getting that tree tattoo.
Oh, nice.
He called me and I missed it because I keep getting a bunch of random calls and I don't have his phone. I didn't have his phone number saved from, at least from Watchtower.
Gotcha.
So I think he
Yeah,
called me
yeah.
from there. And then I think he ended up messaging Melissa like, "Hey, I don't know if he saw that I called him or not, but because my phone didn't like tell me, hey, you have a voicemail either, like." So I was just like, "Oh, okay." And then she was like, "Hey, did you hit him back?" I was like, "What?" So yeah, it's just like, let's see, did they leave voicemail or is it just nope, just a missed call?
It's gonna be the voicemail. You play it. It's like Andrew Eady owes $1,200 to undisclosed. Or sorry, no,
Please
it
tell
would be
him to pay it.
Andrew Eddy. That's another thing that gets me.
Andrew Eddy owes 1,282 cents to undisclosed. Please tell him to pay it, or
God,
else.
Dude, I got one of those
Goodbye.
calls today, and I was confused about it. Like, I got to look into it more, but it was, not psychiatrist. What the fuck are they called? The guy who gave me the Ritalin, an actual doctor,
Psychiatrist.
not a guy who gave me Ritalin. But yeah, I got a call from them, and they were like, "Hey, you owe $80," and I was like, "Oh, from what?" And they were like, well, you missed an appointment in April. And I was like, okay, I remember that. I'm pretty sure I paid in May. And they were like, we're not seeing anything. And I was like, well, I'm going to look into that because I'm pretty sure I paid that back in May. And I have not been back
Yeah.
since like February. So why are you calling me in November? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, no. It's interesting. I just had to call and finally pay my scalp bill for getting that mole cut off my head. I kind of, yeah, I forget about that until I have to shave my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's there. There's a little divot.
Hey, we both have a
Nice.
divot. I don't know if you can see mine. Mine's over here. Somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, it's right here.
mine's there.
Mine's
Oh.
from a
There's
piano.
my divot.
Mine's from a piano.
That's how. Okay, I imagine you ran into it, but how?
I was dancing. I think I told. I
That's-
think I might have told this story in one of our early episodes, but
Let's say, yeah, it's blanking on me.
yeah, it was. We were playing. it wasn't freeze tag, it was freeze dance. So it was kind of like musical chairs. Like when the music stopped, you were supposed to stop dancing. And like
Oh.
I did like that Britney Spears like thing like that, and just smacked my head into the side of a piano.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah.
yep. And I sat down. I thought
I do
that
remember the story now.
yeah, I thought I was just sweating. Turns out I was covered in blood. Yeah, my dad took me to Long John Silver's. He got food and got me a bunch of napkins. Told me not to pass out in the car, and then I woke up in my bed at home and was like, "Uh oh." Good times.
I passed out. That's hilarious. I mean, I gotta imagine like. I was trying to figure out like a good way to a good joke, but my mind just kept going to keys, and I was like, "This doesn't work." But I mean, honestly, what would it, the other thing my mind goes to is like you like drive in there and your dad just for whatever reason decides to throw on Beethoven when you're driving, so it's just
No, honestly, the joke kind of writes it itself. Because you have to remember, at the time, I was a little white boy. And my father was a very big, buff black man in an army uniform. And I was covered in blood. And he went into Long John Silver's, ordered food while I'm standing there, and handed me a stack of napkins. And then said, "Don't pass out in the car." Or van.
Well,
yeah.
you know what? I think he's a man of opportunity.
Honestly,
you
yeah.
know,
Two birds, one stone.
Because
Man.
I mean, I guess that my thought is like, he thought realistically, he's like, one, I don't have any napkins in the car. I need to get napkins. Two, I'm probably gonna have to take him to the hospital. Did he take you to the hospital?
No,
No?
he told me about this later because I always kind of held this against him because the only time I ever really went to the doctors was when either he was in the field or like when he was deployed or when he was in Korea because my mom would take me for like everything. But my dad was like, no. He told me this, I think I was like 23, 24. He was like, I knew you were going to join the army, and it's a lot easier to not lie. So when they say, oh, did you ever go to the hospital for a head injury? Nope. Did you ever get diagnosed with autism? Nope.
Nope.
So yeah, he did make it easier.
Oh God.
For that initial
joining. To be honest, yes, but I feel like that's not the kind of head injury they'd ask about. You just be like, oh, I got.
Well, they do ask about like any concussions, TBIs, shit like that, and I definitely had a concussion.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, I'm sure I did a lot of times too. Like all of the, the time I got staples when I ran into the corner of a table right on there.
Yeah.
It like,
dude,
broken.
I should have had stitches left and right. These were my first set of. Hold on, let me do that again. Do it for the bit. Yeah, these were my my first set of stitches were right here. No, it was on my wrist from work, man.
So.
And
God, yeah, I remember that.
I was an adult, and they were like, "You ever had stitches?" And I was like, "No, but I've given stitches to people," and they were like, "What?"
Yeah, I have had a lot of stitches.
Those are the only stitches I've ever had.
Stitches.
And then I'm not counting the ones we practiced on ourselves, but we didn't actually have open wounds, and we also never practiced on ourselves.
That's fair. Good call. I just were like, okay, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've had stitches here. I had stitches. I did cut my lip here once. Here twice. Well, because I had this one it was inside and out, like They put stitches on the outside of it, on the inside of it, and then inside of it. They put dissolvable ones in there.
Yeah, I don't
And the
really count
dissolvable
those. I
ones
did wisdom teeth and then that surgery I had up here. I don't really count those though.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I'm not counting those either. This was the lip, and then like the dissolvable ones didn't dissolve, so they had to cut it again to cut those out. So I had like more stitches, staples, broken hand. So yeah, I've had stitches at least 3 times, 4 times. Oh, and then I had my appendix out, so they definitely stitched me there. So it's definitely at least like 4 or 5 times. And then yeah, broken hand, so a cast once, and then staples once, and then scratched my cornea when I was like 3. I don't know if you heard that, but that was Penny.
I did hear Penny.
But yeah, I scratched my cornea real bad, and they had to give me the metal patch. That was fun. It was just playing with sand, I guess.
Well, sand is coarse. It's rough.
Well,
it
my
gets
brother
everywhere.
had it happen to him. Yeah, fucking sand. Star Wars. No, Kyle had it happen to him too. He was at like summer camp, and some kid like just threw sand, and it like one little piece got into his eye, and he got stuck, and it scratched it, but it wasn't nearly as bad as mine was. Mine was like they said I gouged my eye. His was just like, yeah, there's a scratch there, so he just had to wear like a little thing on it. And he was old enough that they were like, you have enough control to not fuck with it.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I was 3 at the time or something like that, so they're like, yeah, he's gonna fuck with this thing. So they made it metal, so I just like ding.
Yeah,
it was that
I
old
also
90s
didn't
metal.
mention anything, man. That was my problem. Like, I just never talked about injuries or anything I had. Like, I fucked up my shoulder and just didn't tell my parents, and now it's still fucked up.
I mean, like, a lot of mine, like, it just, like, I had to tell them because I was physically bleeding.
Yeah.
So, like, it was one of those, like, hey, I can't stop it. Like, I'm sure, like, I definitely, like, fucked myself up more, like, took a chunk of meat out of my knee, my left knee over here, riding a mountain bike, because, jumped off of one of those ramps on the sidewalk and landed, and my left foot didn't land on the pedals and the right one did, so did one of those stomps, so it swung back and dug into my leg.
Yeah.
Didn't really mention that. Like, there's certain fuck ups I didn't mention to him, but unfortunately the staples and stitches and broken hand were unavoidable. I should say broken knuckles.
That's your hand, dude.
They broke these 2 knuckles were on the. I think I've told the story before. Boy, big guy landed on with his butt bone right down the knuckle bones.
Yeah,
it was like crack.
Yeah, my mom was there when I broke my fingers, so I had to go to the doctors for that. Yeah, they got slammed in a big metal door.
Oh.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. I always my butthole's peckering. Like,
dude, I hate hand injuries so much, man.
Oh, same. They're like literally like, oh god, we gotta stop. Like, my ass is having a spasm.
Is that the episode title?
Like, oh, that, like, oh god, like, it's Rule 34, but I was gonna say, like, there's gotta be, like, people out there that, like, watch videos.
Do not put that curse on us, man. Do not put the Rule 34 curse on us.
people that watch videos that purposely make their buttholes pucker.
Dude, there's fucking. I'm in a hotel room.
Like,
I'm in a hotel room with thin walls, but bro, all right. Full disclosure. I was on Pornhub last night, scrolling, looking for something.
as you should be in a hotel room by yourself.
90% of the videos, awesome. I'm on like page 4 or 5 because I'm like, everything's great. I'm trying to find something that's perfect.
Yeah.
First video should have been my sign to go back to page 2. Was not a. It was not a stepbrother video. It was my half brother and I shared a bed together, and I was like, that's weird. They're going too far with this now. Kept going.
Yeah, that's.
No, I kept going. It got worse. Hi, Chrissy. You're catching up, by the way, because I'm in a hotel, so you can actually watch. Hope you like this part. The next video was not just a puckered anus. It was a prolapsed anus.
No.
Oh, here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. Pornhub starts to do that YouTube thing where it starts playing like snippets of the video. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, so you start.
Was not just
so
a prolapsed anus. Not just that.
Was the kicker that they kicked it?
No, it was a prolapsed vagina as well.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yup.
What the fuck?
And you can tell me, you can say that, oh, your recommendeds are based on what you like, blah, blah, blah. It changed when I got to Canada. Shit got weird.
I think Melissa heard. I think Melissa heard all of that because the speakers were on.
Hey, Melissa.
I turned them off because I realized I was like, I think I can hear them because I'm like laughing and I can kind of hear a little extra of myself. I'm like, oh no.
Of course, you notice it when I'm talking about.
I mean,
lapses.
That is, I don't understand it. Unfortunately, like I watch, I'm a Your Mom's House fan. I haven't been watching a lot lately, here and there, but they haven't done their live shows in a while, but they do like they have a segment, and I kind of usually like skim through it, and I don't really watch it. It's like a horrible or hilarious. And essentially a lot of them are like, accidents of people like fucking themselves up or doing something stupid. And some of them are like kind of like, all right, like it's kind of funny, but like a lot of them end up being like, some shit that makes your butthole pucker. And I was just like, I'll skip through those, but they also have their extra, like when they do their live shows, they have the extra section because it's just all horrible, essentially videos that because they're on YouTube, they can't show, and then when they're doing it live, everyone can actually see them uncensored. And they have had some really bad videos. Like I tried to like watch one of them, like one of the like episodes. I watched, like I got through most of it because some of them are like poop kind of stuff that's obviously really fucked up shit, but like I just kind of was able to like look away, but nothing that makes me like physically feel pain. Vomit, sure, but like they had, the one I saw that like made me fucking cringe, basically like those X-Acto knives. To the head.
No.
Yeah, and then it did the spurt of blood. I was like, I'm not gonna go much further than that, but that's all you kind of need to know. I was like, oh no, like how I can't. I mean, even then, like it's bad. They did that in a live theater.
Yeah, dude.
in Austin, Texas. It was kind of why I watched it, because it was a little extra with all the other people. But like, oh man, yeah, that was rough. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch any of those sections again. I don't get that
Yeah,
at all.
like I've had people ask me like, "Why do you get so uncomfortable watching this stuff? Weren't you a nurse and a medic? You can see this stuff." I was like, "It's
It
different.
doesn't make it easier.
It's
Yeah,
different. I don't want to watch it. I could do it. I don't want to watch it."
yeah, agreed. Like, yeah, if I'm at work and I have to, and that's my job, and that's because it's the reality of the situation, it's different than watching the accident or the thing occur is different than helping solve the problem of that
Yeah.
accident. You're seeing the results, which is still shitty, but you're not seeing what happened and then the results.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, the what happened is the worst part.
Yeah.
Most times.
Also, I gotta
But
point out, like, when I messaged you earlier, we were like, we gotta figure out something to talk about. We've been really shitty the past couple episodes. We figured out what to
this
talk
wasn't what we
about.
should have. Yeah, I was like, this probably wasn't what we should have, but it's what we did. It's not the episode that you guys deserved, but it's what you got. Thank you guys so much for. What?
I don't know,
This is
man.
the worst. This is the worst podcast. On.
Oh, dude, I love it because I'm gonna start rolling out clips and like I said, I'm on like episode 125 is where I started with clips.
Oh gosh.
So we're way behind when I start rolling them out. And to me, that's perfect because it'll start garnering an audience,
Man,
and then they'll get here.
it's gonna be atrocious. It's atrocious. But to those of you that are watching, we really love and appreciate you. Thank you guys. Have a great week. We love you. Like, comment, subscribe, all the bullshit things, just because we were talking about it for whatever. And then, yeah, be good to others and stuff.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.